How to store fresh pasta. Can I leave it at room temperature, or does it need to be refrigerated? Can pasta be frozen? Below we bring some tips on how to store fresh pasta, to prevent it from spoiling too quickly. Tips for storing fresh pasta. Fresh pasta is a perishable food, therefore it should not be left too long at room temperature, otherwise it may spoil. In addition, it can develop bacteria harmful to health. Never leave it more than 2 hours at room temperature. If where you live is more than 32 degrees Celsius, don't leave it more than 1 hour. Homemade fresh pasta should be kept in the refrigerator inside a shallow airtight container, to avoid the appearance of water. The ideal is to consume it within 24 hours, which is the time when it will be most flavorful. But it can last about 2 to 3 days in the refrigerator without going bad. After this time it begins to oxidize, becoming somewhat greenish and weird. If the fresh pasta was bought industrialized, it has a longer shelf life than homemade. If it is closed it can last about 3 to 4 months, but always check the expiration date specified on the label. After opening, it should be kept in the refrigerator and will last 3 to 5 days in the refrigerator. Can you freeze fresh pasta? You can freeze fresh pasta plain or if it already has sauce. It's best when it has sauce, as plain pasta can change texture when thawing. In the case of plain fresh pasta, make a large ball with the leftover pasta and flatten it slightly, forming a disc. Wrap in a double layer using resistant plastic wrap. Take to the freezer. If it's fresh spaghetti without sauce, add flour so it doesn't stick. Then spread the pasta in a single thin layer, and place it to dry on a clean and dry surface. It can be a baking sheet or board. Leave for 1 hour. Place inside an airtight container or freezer bag, remove as much air as possible. Make portions that you will use. Take to the freezer. Fresh pasta already with sauce should be placed in an airtight container in the freezer. In the freezer, fresh pasta can last about 40 to 60 days without going bad. To prepare, the ideal is to remove from the freezer and place directly in boiling water with salt. Normally it is not recommended to thaw, as it can change the texture, but if you prefer, let it thaw overnight in the refrigerator. In the case of the flattened pasta ball, it will be necessary to thaw to use. How to know it has spoiled. Always check the appearance and smell. Normally when fresh pasta spoils it gets a bad sour smell, loses its natural color and can become slimy or grayish. In addition, mold can appear. If you notice something strange, don't risk eating it, discard it, as it can cause food poisoning.